And also,
G, real quick, because I want to
ahead.
let you start on this next thing, but we have some sound bites from Stefanski and the players to back up kind of what Bill's saying.
Okay.
So if you want to hear, let's take a listen. This is Kevin Stefanski, and then we'll hear Jack Conklin next. It was 2 questions asked to Kevin Stefanski about the offense he wants to run next season and whether or not he's going to center his offense around any one player or if he's going to create a system and have players have to buy into that. Jack Conklin has asked a similar range of questions. There's 3 answers from Jack Conklin that we'll hear in a sec, but first Kevin Stefanski, second Jack Conklin, and as Bull said a little earlier, you got to read between the lines. They're not going to outright say anything, but these are 2 answers from Stefanski and 3 answers from Jack Conklin during yesterday's end-of-season recap.
Not to get too far into specifics, Ashley, other than to say we will get back to a sound system that gives our team a chance. And again, I want to make it clear, this is not about one person or one particular part of the scheme. This is about all of us owning it and fixing it. Yeah, I think for us, Mary Kay, it goes back to running a sound system that we feel confident can set our team up for success, really. And that goes for every position.
That was Kevin Stefanski. Now let's listen to Jack Conklin, who was asked about a similar range of questionings, a system, what he wants to do next year, and how that fits into the team's identity.
I think it's just, creating our own identity, what this team needs. I think creating around an individual makes things tough for everybody else. I think you got to stick with what this team is built around. If we can do that, I think we have a long success.
Were there times in training camp where you're like, this is a little concerning?
You try not to worry too much because, it was new. So there was definitely hiccups and stuff that we wanted to iron out that didn't get ironed out, unfortunately. But, I think everybody learned a lesson about what this team is built around and what we need to do moving forward. Hey, look at what we've done. I think I would say where we had our most success is, we're a wide zone team. We brought in guys that do that and have been very successful at doing that. And I hope that's where we go next.
Mike, can we possibly put that video up, for the first Conklin video up real quick and pause it for a second?
Yeah,
Is
Steve,
that possible?
Call it back up and just tell us when to pause it, and Steve can
just
pause
immediately, like put it on immediately, the first Conklin clip, and then pause it immediately. Okay, tell me that guy right there in the black shirt doesn't look like if Jason Lloyd and I had a kid together.
Oh wow, that's that crazy. That is crazy.
That guy.
He does.
He looks like Jason and I morphed into one person.
He does have that Jason Lloyd. Why my hair look? And then he has the Adam the Bull hairline with the jaw.
Oh, this gruffiness.
That is crazy.
No, not that guy. Not him.
Crazy.
That's Conklin.
He's moving.
There we go. That guy. In the bottom corner.
Man, that is. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, you put us together. There you go. All right, now in terms of what they said, G, what do you take from what they said there?
Well, let's start here. Let's start here. First of all, I'm going to say this right now. You guys are lucky that you guys still have your jobs, right? And this is the only time I'm going to say this because I think in general, this does us no good. There's a lot of people that think they should have been fired. There's probably a good resume and a good cause for them to be fired. That's Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski. But guess what? They're here. I'm not going to waste my whole offseason talking about why they should have been fired or whatever the case they should be. A lot of people put that on record, and the owner made a decision, so I'm not going to waste my time. Now it's all about, all right, well, you guys need to own what you guys did. And from here on out moving forward, what I want is accountability, and I'm going to be extra just microscopic when I'm looking at what you say. Since they've been here, they've said that it was multiple assistant coaches have been fired. Multiple receivers have been jettisoned during the year. Multiple quarterbacks that they couldn't get along with. Because, by the way, y'all couldn't get along with Baker as well. So let's not act like that wasn't a thing as well. The Deshaun Watson thing didn't work. All the quarterbacks, the young ones you picked, the guys you tried in here, all of them look the same. So here's what we're going to say. Yes, good. I'm glad that you want to move back to what you're going to do. But you guys, you're going to own it. When you say, who do you want as offensive coordinator? I want Kevin Stefanski as offensive coordinator. You know why? Because I'm not about to do this, punt this stuff off on another guy. We're not going to do that. You're going to own it. You're going to call these plays. You're going to say I'm the offensive coordinator, and it was your decisions. When you get to the front office and when he had these draft picks, you guys are going to own it. Stop telling me it's a collaboration. Because if it was a collaboration, you should have been fired like the other people were. It obviously wasn't. I want you to own what you're gonna do. When you get in this draft, don't punt, don't be running around acting like you had nothing to do with it. I want them front row and center for the first time saying it was our decision, we rolled with that, and it is what it is. Because I want accountability. It's great to say let's build it around the whole team. My question is, why wasn't it that way to begin with?
I got some thoughts on Kevin Stefanski and going forward in a little bit, but
we're going to get to Stefanski.
Yeah, I want to get back specifically to what he said, because those were fascinating comments about Deshaun Watson. I mean, he didn't say Deshaun Watson directly, and he made the point of, as he always does, of saying it's not just about one guy, blah, blah, blah. But he said something fascinating to me there that even has more to do with Deshaun Watson. He basically, in my opinion, again, I'm just speculating here, I don't know. I did get a bit of information last night. And this bit of information is part of the reason why I'm going to pull my flip-flop here in a few minutes. But as part of this information, I finally got some clarity on the involvement of Paul DePodesta in this situation with Kevin Stefanski. And when I heard Kevin Stefanski there talk about Deshaun Watson, that to me was him saying, this is my offense, I'm in charge. Now, to your point, G, that makes it his responsibility going forward, and I agree. But he's telling you right there, no more Watson, no more doing this offense that I don't want to do that was forced upon me. We're doing it my way, which we did last year, and overachieved on offense. Deshaun Watson, and if Deshaun Watson is somehow going to be part of the mix, which I believe, if you hear what everybody said, Conklin included, he won't be. But if somehow he is, he's doing it my way. We're going to do it my way, or that's it. And that's what he needed to do, and that's clear. Jack Conklin makes it extremely clear that from the beginning this season, the idea of changing the offense to fit Deshaun Watson did not work. That it was clear to him, and I'm assuming it was clear to the other players, or the majority of the players, at least the veterans, that it was not going to work. We saw it on the field not work. And that doesn't give Stefanski a pass, but it was clearly not working. And now they're going back to what Kevin Stefanski at least had some level of success with, and that probably does not include Deshaun Watson. Jason Lloyd is now here. He has rushed back. You look tired. Look how you ran from Berea.
No, let's be serious now.
Jason hiked 2,000 feet on vacation, was ready to die. He's certainly not running back from Berea.
Yeah.
And Jason, we'll get into that in a sec, but you're entering the show in the middle of a discussion on whether or not Deshaun can return to whatever kind of offense the Browns plan on running next year. We heard from Stefanski.
Yeah.
We heard from Jack Conklin, some of their comments over the weekend. Jason, do you believe that Deshaun Watson has a place in whatever offense the Browns want to run next season, or is that ship sailed?
No, it's over. And
Yeah.
the Browns are telling you it's over.
Yes.
They can't come out and say it's over, but it's over, guys. Like, Andrew came out today and said there's a setback and they don't know his status yet. Like, they're telling you.
Yeah, bro.
He may be on the roster for payroll reasons, which I don't know if I agree with or not, for cap reasons, but he's not going to play an important role on this team. They are going in another direction, whether it's signing a veteran, whether it's drafting a guy to both, whatever it is. Deshaun Watson's days as quarterback of the Browns are over. I wrote that when he fell to the ground with the Achilles tear. That was it. That was it. We said going into the year, this is year 3. You will know by the end of the year if this is going to work or not. Well, you got your answer. It's over. It was a disaster. The trade was a disaster. He's never going to work here.
And what the final seal of the deal to me was, because Stefanski made it pretty clear. Once Conklin and Bitonio were kind of talking about it yesterday, that made it clear. Then Berry was talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
And then at the end, one of the last questions, Mary Kay kind of set him up as if, okay, I'm going to give you a little window. If he gets healthy, and if he do you still think he can play at a high level?
He took the worm off the hook and threw it in the water.
Yeah, that's right. He said, no, right now we're worried about the injury.
Yeah.
That was it.
This was done. Like, when he was on, like, look, even Deshaun Watson knew it. When he was sitting on the ground and he was crying, he wasn't crying because, like, oh, it hurt. I'm sure it was painful. But at that point in time, the clarity and the reality of the situation is, as players, we know it. When you tear something and you're injured multiple times, when I tore my second ACL, I knew it was a wrap. I was just like, okay, well, we're going to have to find out how to do something else.
Yeah.
Because you've had 2 ACLs back-to-back. You know what that looks like. So he's already had the ACL before. He's had the shoulder. He came off of that, and now he has the Achilles heel. And we see how people look with the Achilles heel. So he kind of even knew it. I think all the stuff that's been happening is financial stuff that was already going to be coming to pass anyway, so that they can field the team and make the most financial sense to figure out how they move forward with the cap and everything else. But as far as him coming back playing, that's out of here. That's been out of here.